Hey everyone, Richard Robbins here. Well, the numbers are in for the Calgary Real Estate Board. I want to have a look at the first quarter of 2021. Obviously, I don't have to tell you the market's been crazy, but wait till you see some of these numbers. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to show you the average sale price at the end of the first quarter of the last 6 years. And at the very end, I want to give you a little prediction of what I think is going to happen as the market continues into 2021. So let's get started. So what we have here is we've got the first 3 months. We got January, we got February, and we got March. So obviously, normally your increase in sales is going to take place in the first 3 months. They get a little stronger every month, but they've got very strong. Look, we were 1,208 sales, went to 1,836 in February to 2,903 in March. This is a very large number. Wait till you see this number compared to March of last year when I get to the next slide. What you have here is you got your active listings. Now, if you take your active listings and you divide the sales into active listings, that gives you your months of inventory. Your months of inventory is one of the most important numbers to determine if prices are going up, prices are going down, or prices are stable. So what is the number? 4 to 6 months of inventory. Months of inventory is a balanced market. Below 4, you're moving into a seller's market, which means your prices are going to rise. And above 6, you're moving into a buyer's market where your price is going to start to weaken. Well, in January, which generally is a pretty weak month, we had 3.3 months of inventory, which signifies a strong buyer's market. But look what happens. It gets stronger in February. We go to 2.5, and we go to 1.9 months of inventory in March, the strongest month in terms of months of inventory that Calgary has seen that I can remember. This is crazy. Look at prices. We were 471, went to 485 in just 1 month, and to 505 in March. Look at the number of days it's taken to sell. 57 down to 45 down to 35. These numbers are extraordinary. There's no question what's going on, not only in Calgary, but really right across Canada right now. So let's compare March of last year to March of this year. Last year, we did 1,174 sales. Now, I will say, COVID hit about the middle of March of last year, which means the first half of the month was strong. The second half of the month was weak, and then it remained very weak into April and into some of May. So again, I just want to say that so it's a fair comparison. But look at this. We did 2,903 sales. That's up 147%. Like, these numbers are truly extraordinary. What about price? 448 last year. 505 this year. Prices are up by 12%. So let's do this. Let's compare property types. So we've got detached, we got semi, we got row, and we've got apartments. If we look at it, you can see here Q1, so the first quarter of 2020 opposed to Q1 of 2021. Look at detached sales were up 98%. What happened with semis? Up 75%. What happened with row? Up 85%. And condos up 47%. This is a nice number to see, because your condo market was fairly depressed for a number of years, and we're starting to see it start to recover. Here's your prices. So we ended up, okay, the price in Q1, the average price was $487 in Q1, okay? And look what happened here the last number of years. It was $449, then it was $457 in 19, $485 in 18, $479 in 17, and $466. So you can see the highest average sale price in the first quarter than you've had in the last 6 years. So the question is, what's going to happen with the market? We know the market's busy. We know right now you're dealing with multiple offers on most properties that are on the marketplace. We know right now that buyers are struggling to get properties because there's multiple offers. If there's 8 offers, you got 1 winner, and you're going to have 7 losers. So it's a very difficult market to work in many ways. You look at pricing listings right now. How do you price them? Well, I would say you can't underprice a listing, but you sure can overprice a listing. Because remember, all these buyers are going to come out, and whatever they're willing to pay, that house is going to sell for, regardless of the price, as long as it's not dramatically overpriced. So what's going to happen? I truly believe that we're going to start to see the market slow down a little bit. However, I do believe the remainder of this year will be fairly strong. And everybody's talking about, oh, there's going to be a bubble, right, depending what you're reading in the paper. And listen, I'm not an economist. I study the markets, been in real estate since I was 24 years old. I think I got a pretty good idea, what's happening out there. But interest rates are still low. So I think with interest rates remaining low, that's going to help us with the marketplace. Will they go up? Who knows? But if they do, it's not going to be that much. Second thing, think about this. They always said that, our market in Canada is really busy because of immigration. How much immigration have we had in the last 12 months? Not much. So it wasn't immigration. You know what it is? It's true supply and demand. We do not have enough supply for the demand. However, what is happening right now in the first 3 months of this year is not sustainable long term. So I'm actually hoping the market will slow down a little bit so that we don't all of a sudden have some big crash. I'm not saying that we're going to move into buyer market territory. I don't think that at all. I think we're going to remain in seller market territory. I think prices are going to continue to go up. It's going to be a fairly active market. I just hope that it calms down a little bit so that it becomes more sustainable. So I hope this was helpful. At the end of the day, everybody, remember, it's a beautiful life. Make it count.